What's going on, everybody? Vernon Foster here from PodPair, and I just wanted to cut a quick video for you guys because I was thinking about something here recently, and it's the know, like, and trust factor. You see, we all know that it's important, right? We all hear this in business. You got to be known, you got to be liked, you got to be trust. I guess liked is not really a freaking word, but like, you got to be known, liked, and trusted. So, several years ago, my mentor used to ask me this question all the time, every day when I'd walk in the office, and it'd keep me on my toes, and it kept me consistently thinking about how I can improve on the answer. How are people knowing about me? He used to tell me that I needed to go to events. This was when I was in real estate, and he used to tell me I needed to go to events. He told me that I need to attend these events because people would see me, and as they saw me, they would become more familiar with who I was and what it is that I actually did and the value that I brought to the industry. And I attended those events, and it was important for me to do that. And, these days, it's not really hard for you to do that. You can do that by attending events. You can also do that by going to meetups, even in your local city, or conferences. You can do this by simply starting a Facebook page or a LinkedIn or a Twitter account and putting content out there. And it's there's a difference here. So that's being known, but that's not going to give you the authority in your industry, so to speak. And the next, to be like, you just have to be a likable person. It's really not too hard. Just don't try to be a douche. Show up, and when you say you're gonna show up, do what you say you're gonna do, and people will, they'll like you. It's not really hard to be liked. It's actually harder for people not to like you. You have to kind of, be rude. You kind of just have to take from relationships, and not bring any value, right? That's the quickest way to be unliked and to get unfriended. It's just to be a Debbie Downer, right? And to always complain and never bring any value to any of the relationships that you're in. And lastly, trust. And I think trust is the hardest one of the three. It's the most difficult because it takes a while for people to build that trust with you. And, you have to constantly and consistently show up in order for you to have trust. My mentor used to take me on ride-alongs to see his clients and and for follow-up calls. And what I discovered was that these meetings were rarely about business. They're rarely about, hey, are we gonna close that deal, or are we gonna? Did we get that LOI signed? And it was more about them kind of growing the relationship. And it was really just, as I observed this, it was really them just hearing him speak, just him being there in their presence and in the voice, just hearing his voice made them more comfortable knowing that they could, if that wasn't already, their client, that they could feel comfortable working with him. And for the people that he was working with, it allowed them to show that, obviously that he cared and he was around. So if you fast forward to present day, the thing about it is that it's very difficult to just drop in someone's office, right? It almost could be considered rude depending on, who you're working with, because people, time is becoming smaller and smaller increments that we have to actually get work done. And it could actually be rude because you're interrupting people's workflow. I know for me, when I get in the zone, baby, I am in the zone. I don't want anybody interrupting my workflow. So I think the best way to do this is with a medium that you guys may or may not know, and it's podcasting. And podcasting allows you to, get through the door. If my mentor was still around today, I'm sure he would tell me that I need to do whatever I can to get through the door so they can hear me, so they can hear you. And again, I believe podcasting is the best medium for building, that relationship, for that building that trust factor, and getting through the door, because it gives you the opportunity to not only be known, but it also gives you the ability to be liked if you're doing it properly. And the end result is if you regularly show up, then people will trust you. So that's all I got to say for, this little tidbit, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I'll start a little series. Maybe I'll get popular on the YouTubes and the Googles. I don't know. But I thought you guys might want to know that. Know, like, and trust. There you have it.